introduce my groupmates, which we belong Joshua Pasana and Glory Artates. Now, we will hear today at Kaibiga High School, together the kindly teacher that will help us, which is Mrs. Jennifer Castillo. She is a grade 8 math teacher of Kaibiga High School in how many years? The topic that will be given for us is find a math teacher who would be willing to help you. Ask him or her how he or she uses conversions of fractions to decimal and vice versa, and conversion of percent to decimal and vice versa in solving word problems. Make sure the group is able to illustrate in class how the math teacher uses conversion in solving word math problems.
Okay, so the first example would be converting fractions to decimal. So to convert fraction to decimal, so for example, you have 3 over 5. So you only have to divide 3 by 5. And of course, 3 could not divide 5. So all you have to do is to add a decimal point, then add 0. Then we can now divide 30 by 5, and that is equivalent to 6. Then of course, align the decimal point. So 6 times 5, so multiply, then you can have 30. So that is already 0. So therefore, you have the decimal point 6. Then, for example, now you are going to change or convert decimal to percent. For example, now we are going to convert decimal to percent. So for example, you have 0.6, so you are going to change that to percent. All you have to do is to move 2 decimal place to the right. So you can have 1, 2, and of course add 0. So that would be equivalent to 60%. Add the percent sign. Next, what if you are going to change now percent to decimal? For example, now you have your 60%. Baligtad tayo, diba? So you are going to change that to decimal. So all you have to do is move again 2 decimal place, but this time to the left. So the decimal place is after 0, so move decimal place to the left. So 1, 2, so that's why you will have 0.6 or 0.60. Then, what if you are going to convert decimal to fraction? So if you have decimal, so for example, you have 0.85, the place value is hundreds, right? So that would be equivalent to 85 over 100. Since we can still reduce 85 over 100, we can both divide that by the GCF, which is equivalent to 5. So we can now divide 85 by 5, and that is equivalent to 17. And 100 divided by 5, so that is 20. So now this should be the answer for 0.85. The fraction form is 17 over 20. If you have your problem, Carlo, Mary, Joy, Nika, and Josefina decided to form a joint venture. They agreed to put up a total capital of 500,000. Carlo, Mary, Joy, Nika agreed to invest 1/8, 1/5, 1/4, and 1/6 of their capital respectively. How much of the total capital will each of the partners in the joint venture invest? So what fractional part is the investment of Josefina? Okay, so first all you have to do is change the decimals into fraction to decimal. For example, you have your 1/8. If you change that to okay, so for example, you have a problem. Carlo, Mary, Joy, Nika, and Josefina decided to form a joint venture. They agreed to put up a total capital of 500,000. Carlo, Mary, Joy, Nika agreed to invest 1/8, 1/5, 1/4, 1/6 of their capital respectively. So how much of the total capital will each of the partners in the joint venture invest? And what fractional part is the investment of Josefina? Okay, so first thing to do is, of course, we are going to change all the fractions to decimals. So for example, you have 1/8. So we can change 1/8 to decimal. So divide 1/8 by divide 1 by 8, so you will have 0.125. Then if you are going to change 1/5 to decimal, so that would be equivalent to 0.2. And of course, 1/4 is equivalent to 0.25. And 1/6 is equivalent to 0.166. So we can use 3 decimal places. And of course, each decimal now can be multiplied to the capital investment, which is 500,000. So if you are going to multiply that to 500,000, so the investment of Carlo would be equivalent to 62,500. Then, for 0.2 multiplied to 500,000, so that would be equivalent to 100,000, and that is for Mary. Then, for Joy, since she has 1/4 of investment, so multiply that by 500,000, so we will get 125,000. And for Mika, multiply 0.166 by 500,000, so we will get the total of 83,000. So if you are going to add all the investments, so we can have 370,500. And since Josefina is also part of the venture, so we are going to look for the fractional part for Josefina. To get the fractional part, all you have to do is to subtract 500,000 to the total investment of the 4, which is 370,500, and that is equivalent to 129,500. Then we are now going to find out what is the fractional part. So to find out what is the fractional part, all you have to do is to divide 129,500 by the total capital that they need. So that would be equivalent to 0.259 in decimal. And if you are going to change a decimal to fraction, of course, move 3 decimal place, so you can have 259 over 1,000. So this is the fractional part now for Josefina for the investment.